Hello everyone, my name is Michelle. I'm the biomedical science lead here at Discovery Place, and today I'm going to show you how to build a tin can calorimeter at home. So in order to determine the amount of calories that are contained in food, scientists use a device called a calorimeter. Today, I'm going to show you how to build one at home and test your own food samples for their calories. Here's what you'll need: a responsible adult, a pencil to write with, copies of the burning calories activity sheet, a lighter or matches, a thermometer, a metal can, a measuring cup that you'll fill with water, a large paper clip, a cork or a wad of clay to hold the paper clip upright, a ring stand or another set of objects that the can may hang suspended between, like 2 equal stacks of books. Samples of different foods that you want to test. The higher the fat content, the easier it's probably going to burn, but I would definitely avoid melty foods like chocolate or cheese. Tweezers or tongs, a calculator for the calculations on your worksheet, and a fire extinguisher or a spare cup of water nearby for emergencies, just in case. So when we talk about food, usually we talk about the word calories. Now, scientifically speaking, a calorie in food is actually a kilocalorie. And a kilocalorie is the amount of energy it takes to raise 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. First, make sure your environment is safe. Clear the area of any items that may be flammable and make sure small children and pets are not nearby. To start, pour 100 milliliters of water into the can. Once you add the water, record the volume of liquid as 0.1 liters in the first column of the activity sheet. Stand the tab up on the top of the can, then feed the wooden rod or pencil through the hole at the top. Suspend the can by balancing the ends of the rod on a ring stand or on another stable and even platform. Place the end of the thermometer in the water in the can and turn it on. After setup is complete and the thermometer has had enough time to get an accurate reading, record the temperature on your data sheet in Celsius. Unfold one end of the paperclip and stick it firmly into the cork or mound of clay. Straighten out the other end to form a small platform where you can put your food samples. Set this structure underneath the tin can while making sure there's still a little bit of room between the can and the top of the paperclip for the food, but your goal is to have the food as close to the bottom of the can as possible so that as much heat as possible goes into the can. Once the setup is secured, have an adult use the lighter to light the food on fire. Depending on what you choose, some food will burn easier than others. So if your flame goes out, keep relighting until the food is entirely charred or burned. Carefully stir the water with the thermometer, then record the updated temperature once the temperature stops changing. Once your food is burned, use a set of tweezers or tongs to pick up and discard the burned food sample, and then add a new sample to the stand. And just repeat this process until you've tested all your food samples. Now, you will probably lose some heat to the environment, so the calculations might not be perfect, but you should still see some change in temperature. Finish your calculations, and you'll be able to learn exactly how many calories you just burned. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed burning some calories with me, and I'll see you next time on Discovery on Demand.